distribution of charges. So in distribution of charges, we discussed that the charge which is going to be placed must not be in a point structure. It may be in a one-dimensional or two-dimensional or three-dimensional structure. So this distribution is of three types. One is called linear distribution. That means in one-dimensional structure, when we will distribute the charges uniformly, then that is called your linear distribution of charges or one-dimensional distribution of charges. Then after will be called your surface distribution. That means when we are going to take a two-dimensional surface containing x, y, y, z or zx, any two coordinates of the system. Another will be your volume distribution. That means the structure must be a three-dimensional. So when we will talk about these three, we will read about the concept of what is the expression of the electric field and what is the shape of the electric field we are going to get. So beginning with, we will discuss about this one. So at first we will write that the distribution of charges, the first one is your, that is called linear distribution of charges. So we can define this one. Distribution of charge in a one-dimensional curve, or we can write straight line. Anything it can be a curve, it can be a straight line, but the major part is it must not be a point. Or this one. So what we need to understand here, let us consider I am drawing a line, let us say lambda x and y. It is given some charge. Let us the charge is like this. And let you are taking a point P which is containing a test charge of Q1. So what will happen? The charges which are here are going to put a force on it. The charges which are here are going to put a force on it. So that means they must contain, if its nature is positive, then they must be repulsive to each other. So let us say this one is electric field E1, let us this one is electric field E2. So as in a particular point, at a time, two forces are acting. So we need to find the resultant one. Basically what happens, this E1 contains two components. One is the horizontal, one is the vertical. The same way E2 also contains two particular components. One is horizontal, one is vertical. And these two verticals are cancelling each other. So the net resultant field on this point due to these two fields simultaneously is found to be E of this. So that basically what we can say, here we will consider about a basic part, that is called your linear charge density represented by lambda. So lambda is called defined as the charge per unit length. That means if we are going to give charge to the system, then they will distribute themselves uniformly throughout the structure. So if you will take, let us say here a small element of dl and take here a small element dl. If it contains 10 number of charges, here also you will get the same 10 number of charges. That is the distribution of charge uniformly throughout the line. So this lambda represents total number of charges placed in a unit length. That implies we can write lambda is represented by Q divided by L, or for a small one we can also write dQ by d. So this is the expression for lambda, which is called linear charge distribution, linear charge density, lambda equal to dQ by dL. This is the basic concept. So now what we need to do, this is a line source, one dimensional structure. Distribution is uniform, but the expression E equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square RK. This satisfies only for point charges. But the problem here is the concept with which we are dealing, it is not a point source. it is a linear extended source. So what we need to consider, whenever this kind of case will come, every time we need to take a small element of the whole structure. We will calculate the effect of this small element and the amount of charge inside it on this point. Then we will calculate the whole structure's effect on it by doing the integration. So the same thing we are going to do. For that you will remember this, the lambda is representing total amount of charge distributed per unit length. That means if you are talking about this 100 meter of wire, 100 meter wire contains that as a 100 number of charges. So if we will distribute them uniformly, every 1 meter is going to have 1 number of charges each. So this is the formula of your linear charge density, that is lambda equals to total charge divided by the unit length of the structure. For this small element, we can write that is dq upon dl. So if we go through the concept of this, what we can write? As this length, let us consider, here we will talk about the concept. Let us say you are talking about a small element dl. This one let us say r vector. So it must contain rk. So now what we need to consider the c. For this dl, the electric field which is producing at this point is found to be very small. So it is can be written as your dE. And when it is applying the electric field on it, it also applies the force on it. So that directly by representing the expression, what we have the expression E equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q divided by r square. In magnitude I am writing. So as this element whose effect we are calculating is very small, so that the electric field is found to be very small, d. And from here, as this element is very small, so that the charge inside this element is found to be also very small, so it can be dq. So we can dq equals to how much? Lambda dl. So in place of q we can write lambda dl. In case of vector form, if you write, then you need to put a rk field. Got this one? So this is the basic formula. So this is the formula of your electric field when we are talking about a small element. But if now after calculating this one, as see, if this is your 100 meter of length of wire, and let us say this dl is 1 meter, then this wire divided into 100 number of dl. That means every dl is having a value of how much? 1 meter. So that means every dl is applying a electric field on this point by a value of d. So that to calculate the total amount of electric field applied on the point, we can write total electric field can be written as, we can write E due to what? Line charge, we can written as your EL will taken by what? DE integration is equals to integration of 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught lambda dl divided by r square. So this is the formula. That implies we can write EL equals to 1 by 4 by epsilon naught integration of 0 to L. We can write lambda dl divided by r square. So this is the expression for your line charge distribution. This one. This is the condition when we talk about the concept of not a point charge but a whole extended one-dimensional line charge. Always remember this one. When these kind of conditions are coming, then every time you need to take a small element, you need to calculate its effect on this point, then you need to calculate the effect on the whole structure by doing the integration or taking the proper limit. So this is the formula for your line charge distribution or linear distribution. So now the question arises, what is the shape of the electric field here? So see, this is a line and it contains some charges. So the electric field which is coming on this point, it was like this electric field. So when the electric field will act on some other point, it will be like this or it will be like this. The same way it will be like this and like this. And also, if any point is being placed here, then the effect will be coming out. Any point inside the board, effect will be going in. So that it will be like a brussel. If you can see, we are having brushes which we are using to clean our bottle. How it is being? The brushes, the pines are being coming like this, the needles are being coming like this everywhere outside. So it is forming a spherical structure. So that if you will consider the whole, let us say for this charge, if you consider it can be come out, it can go this side, it can go this side, it can go in. So that the shape is always found to be spherical. So that we can write the shape of the electric field. So we can write shape of electric field in a linear one-dimensional structure, or you can write line is spherical. This is the basic part. This is the basic condition of your line.